Hello, my name is Evan White. I'm an enrolled member of the Absentee Shawnee Tribe of Oklahoma and also descended from the Eastern Shawnee and Loyal Shawnee bands as well. And I'm here today to talk to you a bit about the Neuroscience of American Indian Risk and Resilience Lab at the Laureate Institute for Brain Research. So a little bit about myself. I'm a clinical psychologist by training. I graduated from Oklahoma State University with my PhD in 2019. Go folks. And after completing my PhD, I saw opportunities to use neuroscience to address mental health disparities in American Indian populations and found that opportunity here at LIBR. So despite what we know about mental health disorders being prevalent due to the increased risk in American Indian communities, they're unfortunately absent in cutting-edge neuroscience research aimed at understanding mental health disorders. So all too often in the literature, what we see is that Native American representation is absent from the neuroscience and mental health literatures. Our communities often suffer from historical and economic and environmental factors that lead to higher prevalence rates of mental health disorders. Everything from substance use, anxiety and depression, to experiences of suicide ideation, and most tragically, high rates of deaths by suicide. And so what we aim to do is to ensure that we have representation. We're striving to make sure that Native Americans have a seat at the table and representation in the neuroscience literature.
My name is Mara. I'm an enrolled member of the Muskogee Nation. And just a little bit about my background. I did my undergraduate degree in psychology at Northeastern State in Tahlequah, and I did a master's in clinical psychology at the University of Tulsa here in town. So one thing that research shows us is there are risk factors driving the rates of mental health issues higher within the American Indian community. But we also know that there are vast strengths in this community. Something that I think is cool about what we're doing is we're investigating those strength and resilience factors to inform future intervention and prevention methods. My favorite thing about working in the Neu-AIRR lab is getting to engage directly with community members and getting to learn more about my heritage, doing exactly what I love here at work.
So here at the Institute, we employ multimodal assessment. And what that means is we do a variety of different data collection procedures, everything from interviews, self-report questionnaires on the computer. We even measure brain waves using EEG caps and full-on brain scans in the MRI scanner. So I want to show you a little bit about our institute here, and I'm going to walk you through. Follow me. So here we have our lobby where participants enter for the first time, and we'll wait for our research assistant to guide them through the protected areas where we collect the information from participants. So in here's an interview room. This is where participants would typically fill out questionnaires on the computer or interact with study staff to go through some of our guided interview procedures for data collection. This part of the study is always scheduled, and you have a private room to discuss information with our study staff. Here we have an EEG prep room, and here is where participants get the caps put on and prepared to go into the MRI suite. Now what I'm going to do is have Mara show us a bit about what it's like to have the EEG cap put on.
Okay, so once we have the cap on, we have to prepare each of those sensors that you see. So the sensors are actually the green dots on the cap. And in order to do that, we actually fill a syringe with some of this green gel. And then we go to each of these sensor locations. We put a little bit of gel in there, and then we scrub the skin a little bit with a Q-tip just to make sure that that skin is making adequate contact with the sensor. Once we do that, then we're able to actually get you into the scanner.
Once fully prepped with the EEG cap, participants are guided into the MR scanning suite, where our full-time, fully trained MR technologists guide them through getting into the scanner and going through our scanning protocols. Although not all of our studies include scanning protocols, many do, and we have a variety of studies going on here at LIBR. All of our studies offer monetary compensation for participant time. All too often in the literature around mental health in American Indians, the focus is on increased risk burden. But what we know is when we account for various risk factors, American Indian communities display significant amounts of strength and resilience in the face of these risks. Work that we're doing here is to merge neuroscience with a strengths-based approach to mental health research in American Indians. Well, thanks for watching the video, and I hope you learned a little bit about the type of work we're doing here at Liber in the Neuroscience of American Indian Resilience and Risk Lab. If you're interested in learning more about the type of work that we're doing or the studies that are happening here at Liber, feel free to visit us on the web at www.laureateinstitute.org.